Hi, good morning everyone and welcome to Brisbane. Now currently I am on the South Bank. So as the name implies, that is the area south of the river. So let's take a bit of a wander around and I'll show you some of the sights. So the South Bank, I would say, is a bit more of a trendy area in the city. So there's lots of restaurants and little cafes. There's a couple of museums and there's an arena here which hold events from time to time. As you can see, very picturesque street. And here we have on the left Max Brenner chocolate bar. I haven't been there this time, but last time I was here, had a hot chocolate there, and it was to die for. Expensive, but really nice. And up there you have the man on the unicycle sculpture. That's pretty cool. And as you can imagine here at night, this is all lit up. And you can see that another small promenade here with gift shops and more cafes and things like that. And it's really nice. Now, it is their autumn, so it's not as, how can I put it, flowery as it normally is. But a lot of the South Bank by the river have these wonderful tunnels of flowers that you can walk along. It really is nice. And then you get to the beach. So you can see there's a couple of people swimming there this morning already. Looks like someone's going to do some filming. Got a bigger camera than I have. Another thing you have the 7 Wheel of Brisbane. So I think that's sponsored by 7 News. There's a big 7 on it. Where are we? So we are here at the beach. So I will pass that in a minute. And over on the north side of the river, as you can see, all of the high-rise towers. So, just having a quick Google this morning, and Brisbane, the city itself, is 10 times bigger than Greater London, but only has, I think there's 2 million versus 10 million people. So the population density is really small. So if you think about London as a city, you have lots of high-rise buildings. Here, a lot of these are just offices, hotels. Later on, if we get a chance, we're going to go up to the viewing gallery. Oh, there's another cold rock. Sorry, there's a cold rock. Might go there later on. So I don't know if you can see, there's a viewing gallery on the top of that building. Probably not from this distance. but we're going to try and get up there. Take a walk down to the waterfront. So Brisbane's actually a very easy city to get around. All of the buses are just 50 cents a journey. And they have a water taxi service as well to take them up and down the river. So we have that blue boat over there that just hops up and down. And there was a new footbridge. It's only a few years old that we're going to go for a walk across in a minute to take us over to that N-shaped building, and we'll go up to the viewing gallery at the top in a minute. So this is a Nepalese pagoda, apparently. There you go. The Nepalese pagoda is one of the South Bank's most treasured attractions. As the Kingdom of Nepal's contribution to World Expo 88, the 3-story high pagoda features over 80 tons of hand-carved Nepalese timber. Very pretty. So that's the bridge we'll be crossing over in a minute. The Clem Jones Promenade, apparently. No idea who Clem Jones is. Not a relation. Yeah. As I thought, here's the 7 wheel, or the Brisbane wheel. I'd say it's probably like comparable in size, perhaps a little bit smaller than the London Eye, but it gives you a great view over the city, this side, and the mountains on the other side. And that's the stairs that we need to climb up to go over the bridge. But before we do that, squeaky squeak, one final thing that I need to do. So over there from our right, we have the ABC Studios. And we have a big performing arts centre here. So it sort of gives you an idea of what this area is. It's a very trendy part of the city. And what's great about Brisbane, they have lots of water refilling stations as well. We should take a leaf out of their book. Anyway, as I was saying, no trip to Brisbane will be complete without going this. Basildon has the Basildon sign on the side of a roundabout. And Brisbane has this. Now, although unfortunately there's Looks like it's been fenced off as well. So when I first came to Australia, this bridge didn't used to exist, and you had to walk all the way down past the Brisbane sign, cross over the main road, and down past the little jetties down there. What a beautiful day. A little bit sad to be going home, if I'm honest. If you can hear by the wind, we're a bit more exposed now at the top of the bridge. So we're crossing over into the Star building, and a lot of the ground floor is taken up by shops and a casino. And I don't know if you could see the viewing balcony there. We're going to the one right up there.
Can you just send Lauren a follow? Can you just send Lauren a follow and I'll just ask her?
Now access to the sky deck is completely free. And they're on the 23rd floor. So there's a couple of restaurants up here as well. But look at that view. So that's where I was down there by the beach a little while ago. And if you're brave, and I'm not particularly brave, but I'm going to do it anyway, there is a viewing platform that extends out over the edge of the building. And if you don't believe me, there's a swimming pool beneath me. I don't know how my form would be from the 23rd floor into a swimming pool. But that's the bridge we just walked over. You can see the mountains in the background. Apologies for the sun. Don't know what C-Bus Super is, but that's the C-Bus Super building by the looks of it. So I've walked round to the other side of the viewing gallery. And down there are the Botanical Gardens. So I'm going to grab a quick drink and then I think we're going to go down there for a walk. So I'll see you in a minute. So about 5 minutes away from all the shops in the city centre is the Botanic Gardens. So the city's just up there.
I don't get much time together. Yeah.
And this is a big old place. So I'll just give you a quick tour of some of the highlights. Quite a nice place if you want to come down for a couple of hours. They sometimes have events on here. And you can walk down to the river as well. So it looks like they're preparing for some sort of event over there. Building a bandstand or something. Now what's interesting, if you come here in spring, there are signs warning you about the birds here. In short, we think in the UK, when birds have just hatched, the parent birds are just a little bit protective. But here, the birds will literally swoop down and attack you. Very beautiful and calming here. I was trying not to get in that woman's photo. So as I said, this is their autumn. So a lot of the flowers are gone for the year. But there's still plenty to see. Just over here on the left, let's walk through this. Take the shortcut over the grass. Nearly there. We have the river. So the river carries on round that way. And it takes you back round to the south bank. It's very nice and, as I said, a very nice and relaxing place to come to. If you're here with work and you just need a quiet place to spend your lunch break, or you're a tourist if you want to do something different. Plenty of walks you can do here for a while. Look at the size of the beaks on those birds. You can imagine they'd nick your chips at the seaside. I'm saying that, I guess we are at the seaside. We're only like 5 miles away from the ocean. There's that C-Bus Super building talking about earlier, so literally just on the other side of that. And then we've got a naked man with two of those birds. In this area, formerly the Botanic Garden, the first sugar publicly produced in Queensland, was in June 1862. Manufactured by John Buhot from locally grown canes. Oh my god, they're real. They're literally not moving. I thought, there we go. We've got a little lizard as well, or gecko. That's so weird, you can hear all the sounds of everything banging together. I don't have time to do it today, but I saw a sign saying that there's organised tours here as well. So that might be something considering for the future if you do come here. I'm going to chill out here for a bit. And then when I next join you, I'll take you on a very quick tour. Take you on a very quick tour of the city centre itself. Just thought I'd show you this while I'm here. That bird there is a wild turkey. That's what turkeys look like when they're not being bred for food. So that's the walkway we were on earlier. So there's the Botanic Gardens down there. And it's just approximately a 5-minute walk. Back into the city. So as you can see in here, there's a lot of construction work going on. It's a rapidly growing city, and in 2032, the Summer Olympics will be held here. So in addition to building, they're doing work on their transportation as well. So they're building a series of like underground style trains. I don't think they're calling it an underground, but it's like an underground light rail. So this building here on the left, this is where the Star Casino is, on the 5th floor. This is where we went up to the viewing gallery a little while ago. So the shopping area for tourists at least, in the city centre isn't particularly big. There's a fair-sized mall over several levels where you've got like a Target, a Coles, there's like a supermarket. There's a fair variety of shops there as well. You can tell it's a very touristy area. Like you'll see in a minute, there are plenty of shops all selling the same touristy tat or gifts for loved ones at home. If you are driving into the city, parking is incredibly expensive. So on Monday, we were in one of the main underground car parks on Ann Street, I think it was. And for 8 hours, it was over $50. Oh, that wind is picking up. So, just over there on the left, if you came over the road bridge, you'd be coming over that bridge over there. We've got one more block to go. And we're in the pedestrianised area. We'll be able to stop filming with someone on the floor. It's all good. It was just a lady that like she'd taken a tumble off the road and hit her head on the floor. But she's up and walking around now, so that's good. So if you're a large person like me, this king size, big and tall, it's a very good shop indeed. They do sell stuff online as well, and they do ship internationally. If they want to sponsor me, they can do. Alternatively, at Target, they do have certain clothes up to 7XL as well. And because they're coming out of their autumn into winter, they're getting rid of all their summer stuff. So a little person like me can hoover it all up. Okay, so we have reached the main touristy shopping area of the city. So that's Brisbane Square. Those balls. Take a quick walk out here. So it's only 11:10 on a Friday morning, so it is quite quiet. If there's a sporting event on, or particularly over a weekend, this place is rammed. But you'll see dotted around a lot of these souvenirs and gifts. They all sell pretty much the same thing. So my advice for you is to shop around and see if you can get slightly cheaper things. taking another one. Didn't know that. They've got a Friends experience here. Might be worth I'll do. Spending an hour here. Now, if you think of a chemist warehouse, a bit like a Boots or a Superdrug, so they sell medication and they sell like perfumes and things like that. Got another touristy shop there. So that's 3 in the space of 50 metres. And on the right hand side, you've got the entry to the shopping centre. Now, they do have a good bus network in Brisbane as well. So a lot of the bus stations are underground in the CBD. But for 50 cents a journey, you can't really complain. So that's about 35p. If you're looking for a better shopping experience, I'd say go to the Westfield Centre at Chermside. It's certainly much bigger. As I'm sure you're seeing, a lot of these shops are the same sort of shops that you get in any city centre. I've got McDonald's on the left, and on the right you have a Hungry Jack's. And if you look at it, you might think that logo is very similar to something that I recognise. And you're right, it's Burger King. But when Burger King came to Australia, there was already a restaurant named Burger King. And despite all of the money they were offered, they refused to give up the name. So Burger King in Australia is called Hungry Jack's. A couple of nice little cafes in the middle of the tourist area. But in the mall behind me, they've got a fairly sized food court. Or if you want to have a bit more of an outdoorsy experience, I suggest you walk over to the South Bank. Another touristy shop here. So you've got the usual array of key rings, postcards, plush toys, ashtrays and t-shirts. So you won't be short of choice. As I said, perhaps consider shopping around if you want to drive a bargain, but there's no reason why you can't get everything you want in one of them. Well, here we go. Let's take a walk down the Brisbane Arcade. It's very pretty here. Someone picking their wedding dress. The jeweller's next door. I wonder what that is. Mirage, apparently. Okay, I don't know whether I like that or not. I don't know whether they're selling the coat or the jewellery. The pen shop, which they've diversified into pencils by the looks of it. Formula One cars. Model boats. Still a pen shop. If you want your Birkenstocks, that's where you come, the Birkenstock shop. And that is pretty much it. At least for the touristy shopping area of Brisbane. As I said, Brisbane is a massive city. And my advice, if you actually want to come here and do some proper shopping, consider going to Chermside. I've got a big Westgate there. But certainly enough here to do for a few hours. Perhaps follow that guy around on his big side bike. So yeah, that's us back round where we were. So I think I'm going to end this video here. Not sure if I'm going to do another one. I fly home tomorrow afternoon. So if I get a chance, I'll perhaps film a short one tomorrow and my experience of my journey home. But I appreciate you all for watching. I really hope this is useful. And I will see you all on the next video. Have a good day, everyone. Why didn't that guy sell? And Burger King is such a big place. He could have made millions. Millions and millions. But Hungry Jack's it is. Am I brave enough for a KFC? Not after the one in America. Well, take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.
Chris and Julia chubbing around. Big bites, bright nights, yeah, we're hunting them down. From the slides to the steak to that deep fried crown. Hit play right along, we're chubbing around. Hey, Chris and Julia chubbing around.